Hey guys, Father Time here. Welcome to the fly-by-wire A380X. My third flight in it, my second video. We are at Christchurch in New Zealand, and we're going to fly down to Queenstown, a flight that this airplane would never go on because it's just over a 5,500-foot runway, which shouldn't be any problem landing, but we wouldn't dispatch it to it. But we're going to be Air New Zealand Flight 123, and the reason I'm flying it is because it's a very, very, very challenging RNAV approach into there. Now, the fly-by-wire is yet to integrate the FLS landing system, which is an FMS landing system, which is going to operate. You click approach, it operates almost like the ILS. Has not been implemented yet. So we're going to be relying just on vertical nav. We'll use a combination of vertical speed to fly it, but the nav should get us around. We just have to watch the altitudes. It should be fun. It should be fun. But eventually, the actual A380, the Airbus A350, all use the FMS landing system. It's automatically selected when you select an RNAV approach in there, and then we hit approach and fly an ILS. If you have that approach set in, it'll actually have a glide slope that's like the FLS landing system. But anyway, I digress. Let me go inside and get everything started. We're going to do it from cold dark, and I'll be using say intentions. You can see that in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, and for our communications today. And let's first get in. We're going to go to the overhead, and I'm going to turn on some battery power. Well, the first thing we should do is secure the cockpit, but 4 batteries right there. Oh, by the way, guys, turn on the 4 external powers. There are all sorts of, here's our flight. We're going to fly here from Christchurch. This is the whole country of New Zealand. It's a North Island, it's the South Island. I'm not sure the proper terminology. My apologies in advance. Beautiful country. But here's our route of flight, going in and doing the looping arcing approach on in. The fly-by-wire, if you go to their documentation on their website or on just their app, there's all sorts of documentation preparing the FMS, takeoff, climb, drift, landing, powering down, all sorts of stuff available. Even have a tutorial flight you can walk yourself through to get yourself ready, and a checklist. So you get the checklist, tutorial flight, and a walkthrough on the entire pre-flight that's available all through fly-by-wire. So I'm going to close that all out because we're not going to use any of these today. We're not going to even use that checklist because I think it's important that we use the one that's in the aircraft, part of the actual aircraft, not the EFB, but the aircraft. So there we are. We're going to turn on, this is, I just updated it. Update came down, not really sure what it was. But what we do is we come in the cockpit. I'll do this right here. We check all the circuit breakers, 3 observer seats, 1, 2, 3. I'll open the door. 1, 2, 3. That's the pressure breathing equipment. Halon fire extinguisher. Some of the oxygen panels. Ropes. Windows closed and locked. Ropes and ropes there, and windows closed and locked. Rope, windows closed. Imagine going down that rope from this big aircraft. Ooh, baby. Anyway, and then we come in the middle, and we just do the basic cockpit secure items just to get inside. Parking brake is set. Fuel control switches are cut off. Throttle's idle. Spoil lever handle is down, right there. Flap lever is up. Gear handle's down, and you check the wipers 1 and 2 are off. I always go to the dump switches as well, guys. They're up here, the dumps, just to make sure they're off. And then before I do it, I usually go to the lighting panel because we're about to put power on the aircraft, and technically before we put power on the aircraft, they should know outside, so you want to have that nav light on there, right there on the lighting panel, like that. Strobe will put on auto, and that's good enough. Seatbelt sign, no mobile sign, we'll put on auto. Emergency lights are armed. We'll get the rest here in a second. All right, in the IRSs we have arming. We're going to do the APU fire test. Oh man, I don't know what's going on with that one. Hopefully that straightens out. This latest revision is supposed to help with the frames per second. There's a fire test. All on the ECAM. All looks good. Come back to the overhead. Let's get the APU fired up before anyone comes on board. The avail light will come on when that's ready, and we can transfer over to APU power. Okay, normally we'd rush down and do the box here. We get the Trents on it, which is the Rolls-Royces, A300-800, which is the X. Um, that database today is 9 November, and FMS is right there. If you click here, you can see some of the other things available. SURV, I don't know if that's survey, that's where the transponder controls are and weather. Took me a while to figure that out. So you come up here, instead of going to FMS, go to survey. You can actually tune your, um, uh, wait a minute, that's, right here, I thought I did radio control there. ATC COM, don't know what that is. Okay, so maybe that's it not working. Some of the stuff is not modeled. FCU backup. Okay, so that's not modeled. So let's go in here, and now we can put in our flight number, which is Air New Zealand. You can do it on your keyboard if you want, or you can use this keyboard that's in the airplane. We're actually Air New Zealand 123 heavy, and we'll call for the flight plan, and it's going to be from NZCH to NZQN. Insert it, and that's it. It's in there. Trip wind. That's going to take you cold dark, guys. I will have it all timestamped for you for your viewing pleasure. Minus 26 on the winds. Minus 26. Minus winds. Minus 26. Easy for me to say, huh? 26. Come on, little fella. I know you want to go in here. There we go. 26. Let's try it again. Ready? Minus 26. There we go. Minus 26. Just had to persevere. That doesn't want to do it. That's okay. We're going to go there. It goes right down here. We'll go perf. And let's go init first, guys. I'm sorry. And I'm going to just try coming in backdooring it here. I'm stubborn. Just did not want to work out. We'll go to the flight plan now. NZCH. We are going to do departure. It's runway 2 so far. Runway 2. We're going to go to SID, which I have to look up. It's MUCVIV and then the LRUP 3 Alpha. MUCVIV 21 SID transition is Guppet, I do believe. Let me just double check that, fellas. Ladies and gentlemen, Guppet. And it's temporary flight plan. We're just going to insert that for now. Come back down to NZQN, which is Queenstown. They say they're landing on 5. Approach. This is RNAV. Just do RNAV Zulu. How's that? RNAV Zulu. Approach via Baku. Star. This one. Transition is not on there. So, temporary flight plan. Insert. Let's walk on down, see what that looks like. It looks like it knows where we're going. So we'll take a look at that when we get there. Okay. Let's even get the altitudes in there. Let's not even touch it. Perf. Come to the flight plan again. There's not a performance calculator for takeoff on here just yet. So we'll go to our PDF, go all the way to the bottom, get our bug set. Here's our closeout. And runway 2. Runway 2, flex, bleeds up. This is dry one-way, calm wind, 37, 40, 48, and 66. 37, 40, 48, 66. 137. 40, 48, and 66. Once again, I will have this timestamp for you guys. We're going to go flex and 66. All right, so we got that. We got PAX on, ATIS is on, THS. Let's go DFB. We'll do that in just a second. I'm going to put in for now 35 in here, and I'll come back and get that in a second. And 40, 46, 35.0, and we'll come back to that in just a minute. Let's go over to the EFB, turn that bad boy on, start our flight, import from SimBrief, NZCH to NZQN. Here comes fuel and payload is being imported. It's thinking about it. There it goes. Average wing, cost index, all looks good. There's our zero fuel weight. We can go up to here. There's our PDF. Services. Let's go fuel. We're going to go with 53.2. That's what's on our flight plan. Instant refuel time. It's actually defueling, right? Payload. That looks good. It's loaded. Upper, lower, we go. And that's our pushback services. And for our services, we'll get our we'll get a fuel truck. We don't need the cargo ground power unit. We already have, right? Let's go cargo door, baggage truck, forward door, forward door, forward door. And there we go. And let me see the jet bridge. Kind of redundant, but I'm also going to come up here to GSX just so we get a little visual.
This parking is too
Request
too
boarding.
small. Boarding requested.
Go through our gyrations with this. GSX. Parking's too small. Okay. Boarding's requested. Looks like all the trucks are coming. Supposedly there's a new interior in here. This new update. Look at the windows. Kind of creepy, huh? Upstairs, downstairs. Yeah, this is just a fantastic airplane for free. Really great. We'll see how GSX works out. You notice there's a lot of airplanes. I do have traffic injection on say intention. That's probably where it's coming from. We're going to push back this big boy. Connect the tug. Yeah, save some time there. Going to come nose to the right. Eventually taxi out this way for takeoff on 22. Out that way, and away we go to Queenstown. Mountainous terrain. Should be good. Let's go take a look. Back inside. Back over here. Fuel truck. I want to get that jet bridge hooked up via this thing.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for
because that was
pushback.
sitting back a little far for me. Okay, let's go inside and let's go to the overhead, and we'll start off with the overhead, and we'll just knock out those in the 3 columns, up to down. White lights out, right? That's what we're going to look for. Everything's there. I'm not going to go through a full pre-flight, guys, mostly because I don't know it. You can see that, don't know what that's about.
Departure checks completed.
There's the lighting.
Bypass pin inserted.
Power's available. That on. I turn off the external. I'll let the APU power it for now. Looks good. Turn off all the fuel lights. All the fuel tanks. Get those off lights out. No white lights in an Airbus, right? I'm talking like I've flown it before, guys. One of these Airbus fleets, modern day Airbus fleets, are one of the only ones I have not flown.
Locking gear.
Okay, over here, I just gotta get the, all the other lights are good. We're not gonna do any of the tests on the annunciators or anything else. Logo lights don't work. We're gonna come across here, and I'm just gonna set the altimeter to local altimeter and put that over to HPA. And for now, I'm going to set in 4,000. Transition altitude out of here is like 13, and coming back in is 14. You get climb and nav, which is what you want on here for the PFD enunciations, flight mode enunciations. See here, if we go back over to the EFB, we come up to payload 35.3. So we get it to take that one, right? Remember we had trouble with that? 35.3. Likes it now, baby. It's because I uploaded the fuel. Okay, so I can put this guy on flight plan. I'll be on perf. We'll say that we, flight plan rather. Flight plan, I'll be on, yeah, perf for the takeoff data. Boarding is complete. Wow, that was fast. In that case, let's get the airplane ready for departure.
This parking is too small for your aircraft.
Prepare for pushback. Look at that. Upper doors are in the center here, and these are the outer doors there. Very cool. Close door 5L. All right, we'll go back over to our EFB. These guys are ready for us, aren't they, man? Baggage truck. Get rid of him. Close the forward door. Close the cargo door. They're all closed. Looks good. We'll come back to the pushback in just a second. I'm just finished doing the overhead, which we did. APU air is on. So I should mode control panel, EFIS panel. I think I'll use constraints, airport. I'm just going to think out loud, guys. Feel free to comment, suggest anything. Not sure how it's going to work out doing RNAV in the train. I've tried this on pretty much every payware and freeware that I've flown, and it's a lot of work. Okay, everything looks good there. Let me introduce you to my co-pilot. His name's Ace. And good morning, Ace. How you doing, buddy? He's going to say good. Want me to take the comms from you?
G'day, Captain Jeff. I'm doing great, mate. Ready to handle the comms when you are. Just let me know when you want me to take over.
Okay, you can take over the comms. Would you like to get us some ATIS, please?
Cheers, Captain Jeff. I've got the comms now.
Good.
As for ATIS, that's not something I can help with, mate. Let me know if you need anything else.
Conditions: solid
Okay,
overcast at 5,000 feet. Temperature 13.
And Alejandro,
worries,
are you
Captain
going
Jeff.
to
Let
be
me know
ready
when
back
you're
there
ready
in the
to
back?
take clearance or need anything
H1020.
Okay.
Transition level 135.
Yes, Captain, we're all
Arriving
set
and
back here.
departing
Thank you for
runways
checking.
2029er 11.
You're welcome.
Visual approaches in use. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following
All
is
right.
requested.
Okay, Ace, would you mind getting us clearance, please?
No worries, Captain Jeff. I'll get our clearance sorted.
These avail lights being on, guys, we've disconnected external power. That's just a,
Christchurch clearance,
they're
New
aware
Zealand
of that
123
one.
requesting a RFI clearance. We have information, Lima.
New Zealand 123 information Lima is current. Cleared to Queenstown via the MUCAV 1 Papa departure, then as filed. Departure runway 02. Initial climb 4,000. Departure on 123.6 squawk 2512.
Christchurch clearance, New Zealand 123 cleared to Queenstown via MUCAV 1 Papa departure, then as filed. Runway 02, climb to 4,000 feet. Departure frequency is 123.6 squawk 2512.
New Zealand 123, read that correct. Ground will be on 121.9er.
Okay, Ace, let's run the checklist. Hang on.
Flight 123, heading to the beautiful Queenstown. As you settle in, please remember to
New
store
Zealand
your
123,
carry-on
Roger.
items in the
Standing by for
overhead
your readback when
compartments
ready.
or under the seat in front of you. We want to make sure everything is secure before we close the doors.
Okay, yeah, 21.9, we're ready for New Zealand 123 Super.
Seat pocket. You may be asked to assist in an
Okay,
emergency.
guys, let's go in
So
here.
if you feel you can't do that, just let us know, and we can find you another seat.
New Zealand
Thank you for your
123, you're on the clearance
attention, and we hope
frequency.
you
For
enjoy
taxi
your flight.
instructions, contact ground on
and don't hesitate to
121.9er.
ask if you need
For takeoff
anything,
clearance, contact tower on 118.4.
I'll let him
Contact
answer.
ground on 121.9 for taxi instructions. Contact tower on 118.4 for takeoff clearance. New Zealand 123.
Okay, what's up here to this SURV page, guys? The squawk was in there. Auto, TARA, normal. All looks good. And the checklist. Let's talk just a second about the checklist. Down here on the system display panel, you go checklist right here, press it, and it'll be do cockpit preparation. We'll start with that one. Ticket, gear pins, fuel quantity, seatbelt sign, and barrows set. Let me go to the overhead. Seatbelt sign is on. That. And I'm just going to click the rest of them. Each time you click it, it goes one. But I know I just read all those. So, yeah, let's go. We finished up that checklist. Let's get the next one. Before start, checklist. Click it. Parking brake, target thrust, we got those both. Beacons on, checklist complete. Let's go to the overhead. I'll just tick those off because I know what I'm doing here. Okay, and go to the overhead. Turn on the beacon because we're about to push back. Put strobe on auto. And wing, we'll just leave that off. Beacon coming on. Okay, Ace, would you contact ground for pushback, please?
Righto, Captain Jeff. I'll get us sorted for pushback.
Gonna go nose to the right, guys.
This parking is too small for your aircraft.
Christchurch ground, New
Naturally,
Zealand
guys, if
123,
we wanted
New
to, we
Zealand
could use the
123. We are
pushback tool
requesting
over here.
pushback from our present location.
Could use this one.
New Zealand 123, pushback approved, face northwest.
Release parking brakes, please.
Push through, face northwest.
All engines clear. Start at will.
Guys, I'm going to show you, I'll get this started up here. I want to show you the one thing I do understand. We'll go ignition. We're going to let Ace handle the start here. Go 1 and 2 first. And
Ladies
I
and
can handle
gentlemen,
it.
this is your purser Alejandro
I have a
speaking.
Navigraph
We have now closed
subscription.
the main cabin door
Because
and
of
are
that,
beginning our pushback from Christchurch International Airport, heading to Queenstown. The estimated flight time today is approximately
I go to
42
plan.
minutes. Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened
And all the
until
way
we are
out to
airborne.
zoom.
We
And let it
kindly
load
ask
up.
that you turn off all
The
electronic
taxiway is
devices
gonna
or
load up.
switch them to flight mode at this time. Your safety is our top priority, so please pay attention to
And
the
if you
safety
zoom in, you can
demonstration
zoom
that
in
will
with
follow
the
shortly.
range
We
switch.
have a total of 8 emergency exits
There you
on
go.
this
How's
aircraft,
that?
and in the unlikely event
So what
of
I did
an
is I went to
emergency,
plan.
please
I have
follow the
Navigraph
crew member's
active
instructions.
subscription
Smoking
if
or
you have
vaping
one.
is not allowed
So
on
plan,
board, and there are
zoom,
smoke
and then
detectors
use
in the
this to
lavatories. We have a
zoom in and out.
fantastic crew on board today, including my lovely colleagues Maria, Liam, and Sophie, who are here to ensure you have a pleasant journey. Thank you for choosing Air New Zealand, and we hope you enjoy the flight.
Guys, just
and
turn
if
on
you have
the
any
auto
questions
brakes.
or need assistance,
RTO.
feel free to ask us, eh?
And while he's doing this, I'm going to arm the spoilers, so don't forget it right there. All right, those two normals. I'll start number 3 and 4. Let's go outside, take a look around. Guys, get you guys your money worth. I apologize for a little bit of stuttering there, guys. I actually have lossless scaling on. Well, I thought I had it on. Maybe I didn't. Lossless. Doesn't really want to be on, does it? Try it one more time, and I'm going to bring it off to the side instead of minimizing it, because it doesn't appear to want to work. There we go. Let's go take a look at the marvel at this freeware by fly-by-wire. Thank you so much, guys. I use the traffic ingester. You guys use that stuff. I do own the Phoenix. Haven't flown it in a year. Very inexperienced on the Airbus fleets. Through the A300, S600. I actually have 5,000 hours, but that was 2 generations ago. I just want to get qualified on these new Airbuses. I got to go inside to do that.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Okay. I think we're good to engine starts. So let's go in here. Confirm good engine start.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
And I'm going to do here. I'll go all the way down the checklist again. After start, engine anti-ice note, pitch trim. It's over here. We want to match these up. Want to bring it 36 is what we're looking for. Takes a little while. Get that in the green. Nose wheel steering is disconnected. You can see that.
Unlocking gear.
I want to lower the flaps till they're gone. There's a flap gauge right there. Still learning my way around here. Having a lot of fun with it though. Yeah, I want to learn this, the 350, all the Airbuses when they come out. I'm a Boeing guy.
Disconnected.
The last
Bypass pin removed.
since 1997
Right is clear.
with the airlines. I'm going to lower the flaps to 1. Let's see 1, and here they come down there. I'm going to go outside and take a look at it. Leading edge devices. A little bit of flap there.
Falcon 762 Foxtrot Romeo, hold short of runway 24 traffic on
Looks like
final
they're
approach.
out there saying hello to it. I better get inside.
Holding short of runway 24 Falcon
Flash my
762
lights at 'em.
Foxtrot Romeo.
Here's a flash. Yeah, I'm going to kill the APU bleed, kill the APU, and kill the ignition. And there they go. Okay, with that, our pitch trim is set, and our rudder trim is neutral. Checklist complete, so go click, 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 click. There we go. Let's go checklist one more time. Taxi checklist, we'll get that one done while we're here. Don't know what that is, guys. Flight controls, okay. We'll do that. Always good to check our brake temps, tire pressures there. Flight controls, right there. Rudders first. Here we go. Full deflection, holding onto nose wheel steering. Ailerons and spoilers to the right, to the left, nice and slow. There we go. Initialize weight CG, which is going to be 36 even. See a knit. I don't know why it's not taking that, guys. Minus 27. Just doesn't want to do it. Initialize weight CG. 36. There we go. Initialize weights, looks good, that's all done. Checklist. Takeoff configuration. Right here. Passed. Come back down. Click off the checklist. Now remember, you can do that, guys, or let me just do one more checklist there. Line up checklist. Let's take a look at that. Takeoff runway, cabin crew packs, and checklist. Okay, we'll know all that. So I'm going to get rid of that just so we don't get any spurious things. Checklist complete.
Learjet 333 Lima Juliet, hold short of taxiway Alpha, awaiting clearance to cross
Guys, you
runway
could
18.
also use the checklist over here
Taxiway
if you
Alpha,
wanted,
Learjet
right?
333 Lima Juliet.
We already took a look at that. You can use that, or you can use the printable one off fly-by-wire off their website that I showed you earlier. Here we go. We're going to go up to the left, but I'm going to tell Ace to get his progressive taxi. Okay, Ace, I'm ready to taxi. Can you get his progressive taxi, please?
Righto, Captain Jeff. I'll request progressive taxi for us.
Here we go, guys. There it is. Brakes are off.
Christchurch Ground, New Zealand 123, requesting progressive taxi with Victor.
New Zealand 123, progressive taxi approved. Taxi to runway 02 via Victor, Alpha 1, 5, Alpha, cross runway 29er, then Alpha 7, follow the taxi path.
Okay, I guess Ace is not going to answer him. A progressive taxi, runway 2, Victor, Alpha 15, Alpha, cross 29, and then taxi path. Okay, we'll just follow these green arrows. Then we'll look at the map when we get out there, play it legit, guys. I don't know if I can turn when I'm in drone mode. Yeah, I can. No problem. All right, so we do weights, winds, and temperatures. We get our closeout update to 0 fuel weight. Make sure we have a headwind. If we have a tailwind, we take off 10 knots for every, some weight for every knot of tailwind based off our takeoff power system, which is in that PDF I showed you. Weights, winds, and temperatures. We come up and we check up the EFIS panel and the mode control panel. I really do have to figure out what this is. On Boeing's, it's mode control panel. On a McDonnell Douglas, it's flight control panel. Some of them are glare shield control panel. So I'm this is like, instead of FMS, I think it's MCDU or something. I have to get the terminologies for the Airbuses if I'm going to truly fly and have the nerve to make a video on them. So anyway, this is checked. We can come out of the plan mode. We'll go to ARC mode. Come out of there. And we don't need to be in zoom anymore. There we go. We're back to everything being normal. And we've got nav and climb. I'll be setting it to flex point position here. I've calibrated my throttles. And then at 1,500 feet, I go to climb power, transitions 13. 3,000 is a good min sector, 123 pressure altitude. Oh, watch this. Hey, Ace, you mind doing the departure briefing, please? And we're cleared across.
No worries, Captain Jeff. Here's the departure briefing. We'll be departing from runway 02. We'll be flying the MUCAV 1 Papa departure with an initial climb altitude clearance to 4,000 feet. Transition altitude is 13,000 feet. After takeoff, we'll follow the SID profile with a left turn to heading 195, climb altituding to FL320. Weather at departure shows no significant weather expected en route. In the event of an engine failure below 400 feet, we'll continue straight ahead and follow ATC instructions. Above 400 feet, we'll follow the engine out SID procedure, climb altituding to 3,000 feet before turning back. For any abnormalities or emergencies before V1, we'll reject the takeoff and apply maximum braking. After V1, we'll continue the takeoff, handle the emergency, and communicate with ATC. We've been cleared as filed. Squawk code is 2512, and departure frequency will be 123.6. We're configured for takeoff with flaps 5. V1 is 142 knots, VR is 147 knots, and V2 is 152 knots. We'll climb altitude out at V2 plus 10 knots. I think we're ready to go, Captain.
Okay, nice brief. Thanks, buddy. Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff, please. Sorry, I'm looking at my SID here. All right, so we're going to go to Mulkov, runway 2, Ovlam above 2, Islam, Damru, Mulkov. We'll check that out in just a second. I'm going to stop here, come down, go flight plan. Ovlam, Isgan, Damru, Mulkov. Okay, looks good. And there are altitudes. They're all on there, and that cross checks with our SID. I never did brief that up, so I was feeling a little guilty about that. 13,000 transition. Okay, let's get going. And he said, contact tower when you're ready on 19.4. Okay, Ace, can you tell tower we're ready for runway, takeoff runway 2?
Righto, Captain Jeff. I'll let them know we're ready for takeoff on runway 02.
Strobe lights are on automatic. I'm going to chime them here. There.
Christchurch Tower, New Zealand 123, holding short of runway 02, ready to depart.
New Zealand 123, super, Christchurch Tower, runway 02, wind 025 at 5, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 02, cleared for takeoff. New Zealand 123, super.
Alright, finals clear. 23 super. We'll be in nav, in climb. We've got RTO set on the flight mode annunciations on the PFD. We'll go take the runway, I'll get it set on flex. And at 1,500 feet I'll go to climb, and I won't touch it again until I'm in the flare. I'm trying to understand all the power here too, guys. I have to be much more vigilant in reading my flight mode annunciations in the Airbus, modern day Airbus airplanes. I'm just curious. I want to go here, and I came here to do the RNAV. The NAV's going to work fine, I'm sure. I don't think the flight path's guidance. I'm going to probably have to do it manually.
Current heading traffic at your 12
combination of flight path vector and vertical speed, level change, but we'll give it a shot. I am not going to bring the power in until I am lined straight on the runway, which is where this bar is. Right about there. That's where the nose is.
Yeah, check. How do you read?
And I am going to do this.
Skyhawk 3 Alpha Zulu. Read you loud and clear.
I'm going to come down and I'm going to show you that I get these all up to flex, this climb, flex. I'm going to read my annunciator.
Christchurch Tower, New Zealand 2128 is on the ILS approach, runway 20, inbound for landing.
Here we go.
New Zealand 2128, Christchurch Tower, winds 295 at 3. Runway 20, clear to land.
Full right rudder right now. Full right.
Clear to land, runway 20.
What is
New Zealand 2128.
Full right rudder. There we go. A little bit sloppy. And this 800 knots Excel check's good. V1 and rotate. This big boy going. I'll let him fly in the nav, guys. Back in here. Back inside for 1,500 feet. Right about there.
New Zealand 123. Contact departure on 123.6.
Switching to departure on 123.6. New Zealand 123.
Vertical speed maintained.
There it goes. There we go. Climb. Flaps coming up. 3 for 4.
Bay approach, New Zealand 123 morning. We're climbing past 1500.
New Zealand 123 Super, Bay approach. Radar contact. Cleared direct OVLM. Climb flight level 210.
Clear direct overlap, climb flight level 210, New Zealand 123 Super.
210, set, and I gotta go like this. Climb power is set. You got a 210 restriction here, guys, that it's maintaining.
Captain, we have a situation in the cabin. It seems that two passengers got into a heated argument over a seat dispute, and it escalated into a physical altercation. I'm currently assessing the situation and trying to separate them. I will keep you updated.
Okay. Okay, thanks, Alejandro. Let me know if you think we should go back to Christchurch. Alright guys, so if you go to the SID, it's a 210 restriction.
Understood, Captain. I will keep an eye on the situation in the cabin and let you know if anything changes. Thank you.
We're cleared up above 5 at dam route, and we're climbing to 210. So we got 210 set, and we're good. We can go back in here while we're waiting. Disarm the spoilers. Motor brakes are off. Is Dan, we're going to be at 210.
New Zealand 123, contact Christchurch approach on 120.9er.
Contacting Christchurch approach on 120.9er, New Zealand 123.
There. Takes him a little while, there he goes. We're out of 10, so I'm going to go back to the overhead.
Christchurch approach New Zealand 123 morning, climbing through 9,000 for flight level 210.
Chime them.
New Zealand 123, Super Christchurch approach identified.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now reached a safe altitude. You are welcome to use your approved portable electronic devices at this time. For your continued safety, please keep your seatbelt fastened while seated. Also, I'm pleased to inform you that our onboard Wi-Fi service is now available. If you have any questions or need assistance, feel free to ask any of our friendly crew members. Thank you for your attention.
Now some of the guys, because the climb rate is so ridiculous here, have been using vertical speed 1,000 up, but I'm going to let it climb like a Banshee. That's a work in progress. There's ISCAN, so now they you can see the speed go up there. Yeah, it took me a little.
123, Super Christchurch approach, climb and maintain flight level 320.
32 is set. He should answer.
Climb and maintain flight level 320, New Zealand 123, Super.
Alright, and 320 is set. And we're out of 13, we're actually past that, so I can go to standard. Lights are out standard, and we'll check the checklist. And then we'll start looking at the approach. Approach checklist. Minimums, auto brakes, okay. Go to perf. Approach. Outside air 10. Let's check it out. Flights. Queenstown. Star, LROV, approach.
Cirrus 811 Zulu, descend to 2,000, cleared for the visual 15. Descending to 2,000, cleared for the visual 15811 Zulu.
Round 19, so checklist is all complete. I just want to check one thing, guys. 4100 on the NBA. The weather, no ATIS, VTAR, 070 at 7 degrees Celsius. That's what I was looking for.
New Zealand 123, contact Christchurch info on 121.25.
Contact Christchurch info on 121.25, New Zealand 123.
1018, I'm reading the ATIS. 1018, Barrow is
4100. New Zealand 123 morning, climbing through flight level 220 for flight level 320.
New Zealand 123, Christchurch info identified. Good morning.
Mag wind 0703. Full flaps looks good. That all looks good. Still climbing like crazy.
Report altitude passing. Frontier 887 passing through flight level 260.
Looking at the approach, guys. We're going to have to request an approach we're not legal to. We'll have the rest of the box. RNAV, one there. Here we go. 77. Sandra Tepig Panto. Sandra Tepig Panto. Jupeg. Mopka and Mumbo. Mopka and Mumbo. And all the altitudes check out, so it knows where it is. So what we checked here, let me just do this for us. We have checked the LRUV arrival. Coming up over LRUV, we'll hit these altitudes. Here we go, LRUV. And the 16.9, 14.7, that meets those. Double checking the things here. 13.3, and then all of these altitudes match up with the arrival, the ILS. Take a look at this approach, guys. Arcing through the mountains. I checked all these points and all the altitudes line up, and come around arcing through the mountains and coming down through here. The clears for the approach I'll set. I'm going to set the RNP altitude 23, 24. So we're going to have to request this one, even though we're not legal to it. RMP Zulu to 05. 23, 24 on the minimums. Perf. Approach. I don't know what activated approach does. If that's something to do on final, I'm afraid to try it. So we're not going to do it. Alright, here we are. 32,000 feet. I'll ask Alejandro about that passenger. Alejandro,
ladies and gentlemen, we've reached our cruising altitude. For your continued safety, Air New Zealand requires that you keep your seatbelt fastened at all times while seated. Snack and drink service will be coming around soon, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. If you have any questions or need assistance, feel free to ask any of our friendly crew members. Thank you.
Alright, all lights
are off. Yes, Captain, I'm here.
Yeah, I was wondering if you had that passenger under control. Do we need to go back to Christchurch, or you want to continue on to Queenstown? How are they behaving?
Captain, the situation is under control now. The passengers involved have calmed down, and we can continue on to Queenstown without any issues. Thank you for your concern.
Thank you, Alejandro. Okay, there you have it.
You're welcome, Captain Jeff. Just here to keep everything running smoothly, eh?
We go into the mountains. Cool. Yeah, I'm curious how this works. I've tried it on the Leonardo MD-80, Indy-Builds A310, Horizon 78, of course the PMDG 777, and my alma mater, the TFDi MD-11, which I was part of the Quality Assurance team. I still am. Looking at our contrails there. And I would say the PMDG
New Zealand
probably the
123,
best.
expect the EL-3 Alpha arrival for the RNAV at runway 5 into Queenstown via Ibabu. Anticipate descent in about 10 minutes. Let me know if you prefer an earlier descent.
Expecting the EL-3 Alpha arrival RNAV at runway 5 via Ibabu into Queenstown. We'll anticipate descent in about 10 minutes. New Zealand 123.
Since we don't have that in the box, guys, I'm going to say, yeah, Ace, could you tell them we're requesting the RNAV Zulu, runway 05? Ace may not want to do that for me.
Righto, Captain Jeff. I'll request the RNAV Zulu approach for runway 5 into Queenstown.
Christchurch Info, New Zealand 123, requesting the RNAV Zulu approach for runway 5 at Queenstown.
New Zealand 123, expect the RNAV Zulu approach for runway 5 at Queenstown.
Expect the RNAV Zulu approach for runway 5 at Queenstown, New Zealand 123.
Thank you. Look for the top of descent, guys. We're doing 8 miles a minute here at Mach 0.8, and we're about almost 80 miles away. So that's 10 minutes. We'll be starting our descent. We briefed the star, briefed the arrival. We'll take a further look here. Let's do it the more thorough brief. So this is the RNAV Zulu, the runway 05 AR, which we're not legal for the A380, but we're going to do it because I'm just curious to see if I can manipulate it to get it done. We're going to cross. We're going to do it via LROV-4 Alpha. We checked our altitudes, Kazu between 17 and 16, Magma above 13, Ulvuk above 12, Abaku above between 12 and 10. Then we pick up the ILS RNAV Zulu from there, Babu, and we fly these points. We check those in the box, they're all in the box. With this arcing approach, 9200, we'll see if it stays there. So we're clear for the approach, and eventually we're going to come up over a Mumbo, which is the FAF at 3,100 feet. Going all the way down to 23, 24, curving our way through the mountain. If we have to go misapproach, it'll be VFR. It'll be like a figure 8 like that. It's a VFR missed approach that's in there. It's called the circuit procedure. Looks like that. If you're VFR, that's what they expect you to do. They make you go around. If you go missed approach, of course, that's a whole different animal. You'll have to fly here, and the 10,000. Oh, the field elevation here, I did not check that. What is our elevation here? 1160. So touchdown's elevation with 11.4 on the mid-sector altitude. So we'll fly it on down. We have a couple of little features available to us. Yeah, so when they implement the FLS system, it's not active on this yet. It's almost like an ILS on a non-ILS approach, because when you hit it, if you have a non-ILS selected, like an RNAV, and you hit approach, it's going to approach right over here. It's going to fly, give you a glide slope, and you're going to be able to fly that. It's going to fly that glide slope down, just like an ILS on there. So it's pretty cool. It's just not implemented yet, but we're probably going to have the actual glide slope symbol here, so we can use a combination of hand flying or vertical speed, or we could use actually flight path angle. Get us over there to look at that flight path angle right here, and that'll give us here. We can dial in -3 to start off from the FAF. Key is that you definitely have to be at 3,100 at your FAF altitude. You better have that proper altimeter set. And what did I say the altimeter was going in there? Oh, 1018. 1018. So that's it. That's why we're doing this, because I wanted to try this out. So there's our star, ends at a Babu. There's our arrival, starts at a Babu, arcing through the mountains for 1,100 foot landing altitude. Mambo, our rolling final, that's why it's an AR. Missed approach is going to be an LNAV. Fly over here, you go into holding. We'll probably go back to, it's actually due to weather, we'll go back to Queenstown. But if it's VFR, we can fly the circuit pattern, stay between the mountains, go around this mountain, circle back around. and land. Now after landing, guys, yikes. We definitely are overweight for landing. It's runway 5. You can see it's 5,800 feet with the displaced threshold. Will I even be able to turn around here? Yes, because I've crashed override in. And then we'll back taxi, get off at probably Alpha 4. I'm sure an A380 has no business getting in here. We were required a special exemption. So we'll assume we were in charter flight for the New Zealand government, bringing down dignitaries and supplies for some major United Nations event. Let's try that. All right, let's try that. That's where we'll go with that. So let's go approach. Checklist. Minimums are set, auto brakes. Yeah, we'll go very short runway. Now I could do brake to vacate right here, BTV, and put on my map, go back to that map thing I showed you guys, right? Plan, zoom, and mark where I want to brake to vacate, mark it. I'm not sure how to do it right now. I watched one video, so I need to study that a little bit more before we do that. It's the only reason I'm not doing it. We should be getting ready to start down here momentarily. Because we're going to be at LRUV. Where's my top of descent? Top of descent, 2036. LRUV's at 2036, so there it is. It came back there. Hey, Scott, can you call and tell them we'd like clearance to descend via the LRUV arrival?
Righto, Captain Jeff. I'll request clearance to descend via the LRU-3 Alpha arrival.
No matter what they say, we're going, guys.
Christchurch Control, New Zealand 123, requesting clearance to descend via the LRU-3 Alpha arrival.
New Zealand 123, cleared to descend via the LRU-3 Alpha arrival.
Alright guys,
we're going to see the LRU-3 Alpha arrival, New Zealand 123.
LRU-3 really technically is just the end of that arrival, but I'm going to go ahead and set that. See if the LRUV-3, we really need to approach clearance to do the rest, right? LRUV-3 Alpha really ends at 10,000. The approach ends at 2324, and I've set in.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have begun our initial descent into Queenstown. The captain, Jeff Richard, has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. Our cabin crew will soon be making one last round to collect any remaining trash and prepare for our arrival. Please pass any remaining service items to the flight attendants. Thank you.
Back in here, see if I can get the silly thing work. I should just do. I just go to Stream Deck, guys. You guys have a Stream Deck? Just bought one. Logo light doesn't work. All right, it says it's going down to flight level 160. In fact, that is our first altitude restriction here on the LRUV-3 Alpha above 16. So that's. Tells me it knows where it is right now. Only on to 16 until it hits Kaslu. Right here. There it is. It's telling me on the box it's going to be at 16.7 at Kaslu. Tells me it knows where it is, and I've still got, I'm just talking, guys, for those of you who don't know, but so you can correct me, I'm still in climb, it's still in green mode, managed speed, so that's all good. I don't know all the terminology well. My friends that were my FOs that I flew with, that went ultimately checked out over on the Airbus side with American Airlines, said it's a great airplane. You had to retrain your brain sometimes coming off the Boeing. But isn't that beautiful? It doesn't look that big, does it, up here? Amazing. I have a lot of fun doing this stuff. Theoretically, I should be able to let it go, and it's going to fly on down and fly this. Now, when we're somewhere as we're intercepting final, if this was an ILS approach or an RNAV approach, when it's active, when they get the FMS landing system in, when we're returning to final, we should be able to come over here, just like an ILS, and arm approach. It knows you've done the RNAV, RNB, and you can, it'll theoretically fly that glide path down, all the way down on that approach. I've just been studying that on the fly-by-wire website, so I'm learning. And the A350, when it comes on board, it's going to have the same system. So you're definitely going to want to know that. It's a beautiful approach if it works. Only problem is sometimes the airplane tries to go too fast. If you notice the approach, no speeds there, right? And there's no real required speeds. It gets a little tight if it tries to do it fast. Airplane's going to try to do it as clean as possible, save as much gas as possible. All right. Still going down to 16. And we know it's going to maintain 16 until past Kaslu. I used to think of it as flying along with the machine. Trust but verify, right? All right, let's check our checklist here. Barrel we got to get, I think it's 15. Okay, I could have set that transition in on the perf. Let me see here, 15K. Transition altitude should have come off the ATIS. And I didn't copy it, doesn't ATIS here, but it's I did believe it's 15. Transition level 15. Transition level. We'll try to do that. It might be fun. Perf. Descent. Transition level on here. It's managed speed right now. Predict approach, cruise. Transition level 15. Right there, so that's all good. Flaps on looks like a VRAP 135 on a 135. Another thing I have to look up, I'm still not good at it yet, is how do you change the speeds? It's telling you the heading, the distance, the speed right here. Well, how would I change the speed? And if I wanted to be in a Babu at 210, let's put in 210. Maybe answer my own question. Babu, and that's 210. Babu, nope. That didn't work. Oh well. Leave the controls alone, Capt. Alright, so now it's past that 16 constraint.
240, heavy expedite, climb to flight level 390.
Here we go.
Expediting, climb to flight level 390, Emirates 240 heavy.
You guys can tell me, what does that squiggly arrow mean? I guess that's where it's going to intercept the next descent and go from 16 down to probably, what is it, 13. I would guess that's what it's going to do. Yeah, I've got to learn to read these enunciators more. Hope this helps you guys. Helps me. I'll keep studying. I'll get better at it. I'm going to fly the MD-11 again probably tomorrow. It came out with a new build, and I'm going to get on that. It's a great plane, but kind of wanting to learn this in the 7.4 before Microsoft 2024 comes out. Barrow, seatbelt sign, minimum descent, auto brakes for 2. So we can go down a couple, we can get on that side. Auto brakes for 2. We'll call checklist complete. See altimeters. We'll get that in a second. Okay. See how it does. Hopefully we make our way in. It's a crazy approach. I think you'll agree. Look at that. Coming in through the mountains, arcing onto a 5,000-foot runway. We'll see. We'll see about these guys. See how I do. How long have we been flying for? An hour 5, so when are we going to land? At 58.
101, heavy reduced speed to 280 knots
18
for sequencing. Slowing to 280 knots. FedEx 101 heavy.
So yeah, this is going to be about up here an hour 30 total time by the time we taxi and shut it down. Not too bad. It's just basically an instructional video. Now, Kazoo, we're supposed to be between 16 and 17. So and it thinks we're going to be there at 16.7. Which is good. Yeah, I've been wanting to get checked out. As I mentioned, back when I was still active flying for American Airlines, so I retired in September of 2023. It's now November 2024. I was on the 777. It was messing me up at work to be flying the Airbuses and 73s, and like I said, I was on the 777. So I'm flying everything I get my hands on.
Clear of conflict.
Clear of conflict. The last time I flew, it did something. You guys tell me. If it picks up a conflict in your, see how it just went into vertical speed?
Traffic.
Does it do an automatic TCAS correction? TCAS. See how it says now, went out of, it's going in minus 1,000, traffic, out. I don't know. Went into vertical speed. To 17. It's got 10 miles, 6 miles to go. Sure does look like it might be a little behind here. Maybe. Up a little speed brake, just in case it is. It's not asking me for more drag now. Typically these FMS aircraft will ask me for more drag. Looks like it's pretty happy with it. Alright. Yeah, it's going to make it no problem. Below 17, above 16. You probably didn't need the speed brakes. And I just took this out of climb. Hit the throttles by accident. Here it is, 17. Is it just leveling off?
Traffic.
There it is. See him out there. Should be right over here.
Maintain vertical speed.
So just maintain what we have right here, same vertical speed. Is that them? Nope, that's a mark on the windscreen. Never did see him. Alright, clear of conflict. Let's get back into managed. Go. Alright, what are we on next? 13. Right there at Mabga. We're in throttle idle. I've got I'm back in the climb detent. And descent and nav. Next out is flight level 13. What we have in the bottom, 2400. And as you remember, technically I'm only cleared down to 10. And Ace, could you request clearance for the RNAV, RNP to runway 05, RNAV, RNP Zulu, runway 05. I want to make sure I get the full clearance.
Righto, Captain Jeff. I'll request the RNAV RNP Zulu approach for runway 05 into Queenstown.
Ah, good. See that AI salvage my blabbermouth.
Christchurch Info New Zealand 123 requesting clearance for the RNAV RNP Zulu approach to runway 05 at Queenstown.
New Zealand 123, cleared for the RNAV RNP Zulu approach to runway 05 at Queenstown. Descend altitude 4,000 feet. Turn left heading 190.
Cleared for the RNAV RNP Zulu approach to runway 05. Descend at 4,000 feet. Left heading 190, New Zealand 123.
All right.
New Zealand 123, contact Queenstown approach on 125.75.
Contacting Queenstown approach on 125.75, New Zealand 123.
I'm going to fly the whole approach, guys. I'm not going to turn left to 190 in mountainous terrain. And I could have Ace say, now we'd like to fly the entire procedure. But we're not going to do that. I don't want to confuse the situation. All right, going down to 10.
Queenstown approach New Zealand 123 morning, descending through 12,000 feet for 4,000.
New Zealand 123, Super Queenstown approach identified. Good morning, QNH 1018.
set, out of 15, we're out of 11. A little late doing that, Captain Marvel. I'm going to speed intervene here, guys. Just slow it on down. Flaps 1. Oh, little fast there. We're doing that. Need to get down below my flap speed. 263 is my flap speed, so now I can go flaps 1. And I'm slowing down to let it go to flap speed there.
Mooney 45, Quebec Romeo, climb to 7,500 contact approach on 121.9.
I just don't want to be buzzing through the
7,500, switching to 1.
weather here. Flight attendants prepare for landing. We chime them, turn our lights on, which I think we already did. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have begun our final approach into Queenstown. Please turn off all portable electronic devices and stow them until we have arrived at the gate. In preparation for landing in Queenstown, be certain your seat back is straight up and your seat belt is fastened. Please secure your carry-on items.
Guys, I am letting it slow way down to our managed speed. If I wanted to, I could intervene up here and fly faster, but I'm going to let it fly it nice and slow. And our flaps 2 speed is 220, so we can actually go to flaps 2. Really need to be slow going through here. We're going to get ourselves in a hurry, trouble in a hurry on these turns. You can see it's a tight turn. I just look from flying the other airplanes. If you're not slow, it doesn't make it. And how far do we have to landing here? 15 miles out. 15 miles.
98240 vector for RNAV 3 approach.
Qantas 123 requesting next altitude step down.
Qantas 123, descend altitude 1,000 feet.
See the mile here, so we just passed there at 10, then we're going to go to 92.
Qantas 123, please clarify your request or intention.
And Air New Zealand 123 Heavy, we'd like to proceed for the RNAV Zulu runway 05.
New Zealand 123, super. Cleared for the RNAV Zulu approach to runway 05.
Cleared for the RNAV Zulu 05, RNAV, this is Air New Zealand 123 super. So guys, they didn't like that we weren't flying the arrival. So we're going to drop the gear.
New Zealand 123, unable to provide the RNAV Zulu approach. Please advise your requested approach.
And we'd like just to proceed to final for the RNAV Zulu for the RNAV approach to runway 05. I don't know, guys. Yeah. We're going to start this turn here.
New Zealand 123, super. Cleared for the RNAV Zulu approach to runway 05.
Cleared for the RNAV Zulu runway 05. Air New Zealand 123 super. All right, we're going to get our speed back down. Bring it on around. It's doing a nice job. I know this seems excessive, guys, but if you are fast here, you end up in the hills. You can't keep up. So I would rather be slow.
American 1555, contact approach 125.8.
Contacting approach 125.8. American 1555.
Lots of drag. Arm the speed spoilers.
123 requested.
Spoilers are armed.
Qantas 123, Queenstown approach. Go ahead with your request.
Checklist.
3,000 feet.
Landing
123,
checklist.
descend altitude 3,000 feet. New
Seatbelts
Zealand
on,
600,
landing
contact
flaps.
Christchurch info on 122.2.
There we go. Flaps,
05
landing flaps.
Tango. Let's get you back on course. Turn left, heading 140 vectors for the RNAV runway 23 approach.
I don't know who that was for.
Climb flight level 170, ALF 321.
ALF 321, contact Christchurch info on 122.2.
They're coming in nicely. Go back outside again.
Queenstown approach, New Zealand 653.
Come around that mountain.
Queenstown approach, good afternoon.
Land over there.
1010.
Contact Christchurch info on 122.2.
Here we
ALF
go.
321.
Seems to know where it is now.
New Zealand 600, climb and maintain flight level 310.
Yeah, it's when I flew this in the other airplanes, if you were hot coming through here, you couldn't keep
Clear
up.
direct QN, climb
just
flight
gonna-
level 210. New Zealand 608. New Zealand 608, climb and maintain flight level 260.
If you want to take a look at the approach, you can see where it is.
Flight level 260. New Zealand 608.
If I can get a good simile. There it is. How's that?
1010, New Zealand 653.
So it's doing a nice job. So if we had that FMS landing system hooked up, we could hit approach as we turn near final somewhere up in here, and it would fly that glide path down. You get a glide path. We may still get the glide path. We'll see. Just review the landing again. I'm working hard, guys. Working hard for you. We're coming in 5. I don't know. Can we even turn around this big thing? I think we need more runway than that, but we'll give it a shot. Like I said, I got crash override on. Give it a shot. Definitely have to worry about hard brakes, wouldn't we? Up here, go around the bend. There it is. It's leveling off. This one.
Nico 516, Queenstown approach, 13 miles from Leppo. Turn left, heading 185 descend.
6,300
and
is the next
maintain
altitude.
8,000 until established. Cleared for the RNAV runway 23 approach.
Looks like they're landing the other way, guys. So this ought to be interesting. No matter what, we're flying it on in. You know why? Because I have to go upstairs and do some chores. I'm old. I'm retired. I'm supposed to be in the kitchen helping my wife out. She waited a long time for me to be at home to help her out.
New
Zealand 653, 9 miles from Letpo. Descend and maintain 8,000. Cleared for the RNAV runway 23 approach. New Zealand 608, contact Christchurch info on 122.2.
Here we are. Yeah, now this is doing a nice job so far. It's meeting all the altitude restrictions. Nav is staying on course. If we had that
direct QN,
FLS,
flight level 210.
we'd be able to get it on a glide path and fly it right around.
Contact
So
Christchurch
I'm
info
impressed.
on 122.2.
Now I have helped it with the
608.
speed. I have helped it with the speed, guys.
New Zealand 653 is on the RNAV
That's no
05
kidding.
Yankee approach.
New Zealand 653, cleared for the RNAV 05Y approach, runway 05. Nico 516, proceed direct Letpo, descend and maintain 8,000 until established. Cleared for the RNAV runway 23 approach, speed below 185 knots until established.
Cleared for the RNAV 05 Yankee, runway 05, New Zealand 653.
All right, the next altitude is going to change over at 55 here. It's going to go to 3,100 next, right about after Murga, right about right there in 3,100, and that's our FAF. So somewhere in here, if I could, I'd go to approach, and it would fly it on down with a glide slope. Like that. There we go. Beautiful. Working pretty good. Can't land long. Somebody's way out here. Do you guys see him? Either he's taking off or landing. Here he comes. We're going in anyway. That'll be cool. If we get an RA in here, guys, we're going to let him fly right by. This could be kind of cool. Let's go outside. Maybe
New Zealand 123, contact Queenstown Tower on 118.1.
He's giving up on us.
Switching to Queenstown Tower on 118.1, New Zealand 123.
Said I'll just let this guy go. He did give us clearance to fly this. I just hear everyone coming and going on runway 23.
New Zealand 634, climb and maintain flight level 290.
Queenstown Tower, New Zealand 123 morning, maintaining 4,000 feet.
New Zealand 123 Super, Queenstown Tower, roger, continue approach.
Climb and maintain flight level 290, New Zealand 634.
New Zealand 123 Super, Queenstown Tower, wind 310 at 3, runway 5, clear to land.
Runway 5, clear to land, New Zealand 123 Super.
Clear to land. Copy. I'm going to have to fly the plane somewhere here, guys. Up around that hill. Yeah, so if you go missed approach and maintain VFR, you do a figure 8 around this hill, then you come back around to this valley, around this hill, for a right base to land. That's what you do. Which is what we'll do if he sends us around. They fly the circuit, go up, we'll go around here at 10,000, come back in here, I think it's 9,000, and then we'll land. Alright, I don't see any kind of, is that our glide slope guidance right there? Maybe. So far it's doing a pretty good job though, isn't it? It's inside the FAF, clear to land. You can always take off the flight director, land it. Flight director's here. doing a beautiful job, though. I'll see if it aligns as
100 above.
Oh, okay. Autopilot's off.
Minimum.
And I think what I'll do is turn off the flight director here and try to fly it around. Bring it on home. It did a nice job. Did a real nice job. See if I can find the runway now, right? Since it did such a nice job. There it is. Try to get stable on final over here. So it'll be interesting trying to turn this bad boy around on this runway. It's got a little bit of a displaced threshold here, guys. Right
pull
now.
Up! Pull up! Pull up!
More than the sink, right?
300. 200.
371 Bravo Charlie, hold short of runway 31, awaiting further instructions.
Retard.
31, Diamond 371 Bravo Charlie.
Get it stopped. Reverse.
New Zealand 123, welcome to Queenstown. Taxi to parking at your discretion and stay on this frequency.
Taxi to parking at our discretion, staying on this frequency, New Zealand 123.
All right, guys. Hey, authentication error. I think I knocked the landing out of it. Device flow token expired, I think. All right. Beautiful. See if I can find someplace to turn around here. Ought to be interesting.
Ladies and gentlemen, Air New Zealand welcomes you to Queenstown. The local time is 10:02 a.m. For your safety and the safety of those around you, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened and keep the aisle clear until we are parked at the gate.
All right, we'll give it a shot here.
The Captain, Jeff Richard, and First Officer Alejandro have just completed an excellent landing, which I would rate an 8 out of 10, eh? The weather here in Queenstown is a pleasant 9 degrees Celsius with a few clouds at 24,000 feet and no precipitation. Did you know that Queenstown is known as the adventure capital of the world? It's famous for bungee jumping, skiing, and stunning landscapes. Thank you for flying with Air New Zealand today, and we hope you enjoy your stay here.
I'm bringing numbers 3 and 4 way up.
Tower Zulu Kilo Delta Sierra Bravo on final RNAV runway 23.
Diamond Zulu Kilo Delta Sierra. Bravo Queenstown Tower, wind 205 at 8, runway 23, cleared to land.
I don't know what this looks like out there. I got a little grass. This airplane's not going anywhere tonight. Okay, let's do it. Fun. Leave my lights on so no one runs over us, which would be deserved given that landing. But all right, we'll come up here, we'll find a parking spot, and there you go. Hey, don't forget to subscribe if you wouldn't mind, guys. If you're still with me out there, join the Discord. That'll be awesome. That was a lot of fun. That was really interesting. I could have probably kept a little more speed on throughout the approach, but I'm telling you,
Going Papa Mike Alpha,
try this.
at you 1, 2 o'clock, 4 miles, same altitude, type unknown.
If you try this approach, trust me, it's pretty hard to get down if you're not really slow. Get around here, we can see where we're going. Get the flaps up. I wonder if the flaps come up while you taxi, or you got to be on the inside view. Yeah, you got to be on the inside. Go outside and watch it happen. There they go, spoilers came down, flaps are tracking. There they go. get off here. Get out of these guys' hair. Looks like there might be a spot off on the left here that we can squeeze into. I'm sure an A380 cannot come in here, but no place to park it. We're going to find it anyway. I'm going to park right up in here. Alright, APU is running. Flaps are up, gears up. The spoilers are down. Landing lights are off. Turn the taxi light off. Strobe lights are on auto, so they'll turn off. Yeah, probably would not be able to fit in there. This, I do have a wing walker over here, but I think I better stop short. Should I? Outside, we'll take a look. Maybe. Maybe they seem happy. All right, we'll come in. Look at that big monster. I better stop in here, don't you? Yeah, let's stop here. I'm a little nervous. All right, brakes are parked. We'll go to the overhead, get the seatbelt sign off. If I can learn to fly this thing here. Seatbelt sign. APU is available. Chop them, and we can chop the engines. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to the lighting panel. APU bleed is on. I'm going to turn landing and taxi is off. Nav lights off. Beacon's off. Nav light we got to keep on. Strobe we can turn off. It's on auto. Oh, take that back. All right, so there's that. GSX.
This parking is too small for your aircraft. The boarding requested.
Okay, we'll come back to the overhead. Crew supply is off. IRSs are off. Fuel pumps are coming off. We can actually request some ground service power, so it's a little quieter out there. Yeah, okay, buddy. Get you. Emergency lights are off. EFB. Services, fuel truck, I don't know, just open it all out, let all the people wander around. It takes a little while. The cargo is going to keep going for quite a while until it stops, until the doors are open.
Passengers bus is coming.
Takes a little while. How do we do on the wing? Well, I wouldn't want to be the guy pushing him back. Maybe we'll leave first. I probably could have come all the way forward, huh? That's the A380 there? Nope, I don't think it's capable. Had a little more to go.
Bonanza 64 Foxtrot Alpha 2 cleared for takeoff runway 32.
Alright, just got a couple of things. If you're still with me,
Bonanza 64 Foxtrot Alpha 2.
inside, do the secure checklist. Parking check. Hope you liked this, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I had a blast. Parking breaker chalks. Engines are off. Wing lights are off. Fuel pumps are off. Okay, let's do all these. We'll go back to checklist. The secure checklist. Emergency lights are already off. Oxygen's off. Electronic flight bags, batteries are off. We won't do any of that since people are getting off. Let's go up and say goodbye. Well, guys, I think I have the Queenstown. Just don't leave yet. Hold on a second. I think I have the Queenstown Airport in here. Any builds? Yeah, it's worth looking around. It's over here. Unless I know who flies in here. I'll show you. Right over here. Air New Zealand, Air Australia rather. Qantas, Jetstar. You even got a little tower action here. How's that? All right, guys. Yeah, I'll show you where we came from. Right up there. That's it for me. Subscribe. It's free. Join our Discord. Be our friend. We'll fly a little more A380. I'm a 777 MD-11 guy. 747. Anyway, guys. Miss you already. Father time's out. Thanks for everything. Appreciate you.